Holy Ashura tomorrow, Hijri 1447's Ashura to be observed across the country with due religious fervour. July Charter to be included in Constitution. Future Bangladesh will follow spirit of July, says Nahid Islam in Bogra. No barrier for trial of Awami League's crime if any political party violates human rights could be tried as a party, says Attorney General. Environment advisor urged all concerned countries to work unitedly combating unemployment and poverty reduction and to reduce emission of carbon dioxide. Mass media enjoying full freedom now and government not doing any interference. Journalism in last 15 years to be reviewed under UN supervised investigation, says Chief Advisor's Press Secretary. World Ethno Sports Union signs MOU with Ministry of Youth and Sports to promote traditional sports and cultural cooperation. At least 18 Palestinians were killed in Israeli attacks in Gaza. Hamas gives positive nods to ceasefire proposal in Gaza. 24 dead in flash flood in Texas. Death toll may increase. And in Colombo, Sri Lanka chasing a victory target of 249 runs against Bangladesh in the second ODI of three-match series. Assalamu alaikum viewers, I am Tanzila Manar Sultana welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now moving on to news in details. The Holy Ashura, commemorating the martyrdom of Hazrat Imam Hussain ibn Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, the grandson of Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, will be observed across the country tomorrow with due respect and religious solemnity. Tomorrow is the 10th day of the month of Muharram in Hijri calendar 1447. This day is well known as the Holy Ashura. It is regarded as the day of Karbala, a mourning and heartbreaking event which has special religious significance for the Muslim community across the globe. Muslims across the world recall the sacrifice of Hazrat Imam Hussain radiyallahu anhu along with his family members and 72 followers who embraced martyrdom in 680 AD in the desert of Karbala on the banks of the Euphrates River in Iraq while fighting for truth and justice against the Yazid forces. Their self-sacrifice at Karbala Maidan to uphold the great ideals of Islam, the religion of peace and harmony, is a shining example in the history of humanity. On the eve of the Holy Ashura, Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus today issued a message paying deep respect to Hazrat Imam Hussain radiyallahu anhu and other martyrs of Karbala. The Chief Advisor in his message termed the Holy Ashura as a very mournful, significant and glorious day. The day is a public holiday. Bangladesh Betar, Bangladesh Television and private TV channels will air special programs while newspapers and online news portals publish supplements highlighting the significance of the day. On the occasion, special prayers and discussions highlighting the significance of Holy Ashura will be held at mosque and other places concerned, including the Baitul Mukarram National Mosque and the Islamic Foundation in the country. On this day of the July movement of 2024, the scheduled program announced by the anti-discrimination student movement was mass outreach, both online and offline. Coordinator Shahid Abu Said wrote in a post, "There is no instance in history where students took to the streets with just demands and returned empty-handed. We will succeed, inshallah." On this day, various departments and student batches from different universities expressed support for the class and exam boycott program. Although no central program was declared, student protest and road blockades demanding quota reform continued across Dhaka and the country. Students of Chittagong University, Rajshahi University, Haji Muhammad Danish Science and Technology University, Gopalganj Science and Technology University, Bangladesh Agricultural University, Maulana Bhashani Science and Technology University in Tangail, Khulna University and Islamic University in Kushtia held protest rallies and blockades programs in support of quota reform. In the early hours of July 5, the fascist Sheikh Hasina's militant wing, Chhatralik, attempted to evict one of the key coordinators of the anti-discrimination student movement, Sherji Salam, from Umur-e-Kush Hall at Dhaka University. As the news spread rapidly through various university-based Facebook pages, groups and student posts, thousands of students rushed to Umur-e-Kush Hall and built up a strong resistance. The University Teachers Association of Bangladesh and the White Panel, a group of BNP Jamaat leaning teachers at Dhaka University, extended their support to the movement. On this day, various political groups, including the Ganatantra Manch, also expressed solidarity with the quota reform movement. National Citizen Party NCP convener Nahid Islam has urged the government to include July Charter in Constitution. Nahid Islam was addressing a NCP rally in Bogra today. He said, July uprising is not an emotional issue. Future Bangladesh will be guided by the spirit of July. NCP's senior joint convener Shamanta Sharmin, member secretary Akhtar Hussain, chief organizer of the northern region, Sherji Salam, chief coordinator of the southern region, Hasnat Abdullah and other leaders were present at the rally. Earlier, Nahid Islam had a meeting with the families of martyrs of the July uprising at Bogra Tourism Motel. He said NCP want to see justice via trial first, then national reform, and only after that elections. The NCP will observe July Walkathon programs in all 64 districts across the country in phases to celebrate the July mass uprising anniversary. Attorney General Muhammad Asaduzzaman has stated that those convicted by the International Crimes Tribunal will not be eligible to participate in elections. He made these remarks today at a debate event held at the Bangladesh Film Development Corporation titled Actions Needed to Realize the Spirit of the July Movement. The Attorney General noted that individuals affiliated with the Awami League could also be brought under the purview of the law. Despite political rivalries, he said all parties appear united against the Awami League. He further stated that the Awami League could be prosecuted as a political party for crimes against humanity. Regarding the recent wave of mob actions, the Attorney General commented that it should not be seen as a sign of distrust in the judiciary, but rather as an outburst of pent-up anger accumulated over the past 17 years. However, he also remarked that such anger is not appropriate. Remembering the martyrs of the July uprising, he emphasized that Abu Said did not belong to any political party. The martyrs of July were not aligned with any political ideology. They took to the streets as victims of autocratic oppression. They were representatives of the people, he said. Advisor to the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Sayyeda Rizwana Hassan, has said Professor Muhammad Yunus's 3-0 theory, if followed through social business, can enable the Muslim world to play historic development, environmental protection, skill enhanced social agency for welfare and advancement in Bangladesh, held at a hotel in Dhaka today. At the summit, Turkish Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports, Dr. Halis Yunus Esroj, stated that Professor Yunus's 3-0 theory is already being adopted in Turkey's social business sector. Under the current government's supervision, a credible election will be held in Bangladesh. He also hoped. Grameen Bank Chairman Dr. Abdul Hanan Chowdhury remarked that the 3-0 theory will help build a new world by combating the adverse effects of climate change. A total of 11 countries, including host Bangladesh, are participating in the summit. A Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) was signed between the Ministry of Youth and Sports of Bangladesh and the World Ethno Sports Union (WEU) to promote traditional sports and cultural cooperation. The MOU signing ceremony was held at the headquarters of the World Ethno Sports Union in Istanbul. The agreement was signed by the Youth and Sports Advisor of Bangladesh, Asif Mahmoud Shaji Bhuiya, and the President of the World Ethno Sports Union, Nezmeddin Bilal Erdogan. Prior to the signing, the two leaders held a close bilateral meeting where they discussed the importance of traditional games in enriching civilizations and cultures and affirmed mutual cooperation in promoting indigenous sports. During the meeting, Bilal Erdogan emphasized the vast potential of Bangladesh's traditional games such as kabaddi, wrestling, bolikhala and boat racing, expressing his keen interest in promoting the sports globally. He also expressed interest in incorporating Bangladeshi traditional sports federations as members of the World Ethno Sports Union. The advisor praised the leadership of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, especially for his moral stance on the ongoing genocide in Gaza and support for oppressed Muslim populations across the world. Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam said that an investigation into the past 15 years of journalism in Bangladesh will be conducted under the supervision of the United Nations. He came up with information during a view exchange meeting organized by the Broadcast Journalist Center BJC in National Press Club today. Shafiqul Alam said that during the previous government regimes, journalists in Bangladesh were under state control. The interim government is now working to safeguard independent journalism and free it from such control, mentioning that steps have been taken to ensure no agency can intimidate the media. He said that currently the media operates independently with no interference from the government. The press secretary also noted that journalists' minimum monthly salary should be set at 30,000 taka. Moving on to international news.